I disqualify myself from the start. I'm an over-emotional psycho fan.
Really?
Really.
You admit it, though. I appreciate it.
I'm irrational. I'm not sane. My uncle took me to my first Cowboy game at the Cotton Bowl when I was 10 years old. It was in their second year of existence, and I was hooked. They even lost that game to the St. Louis Cardinals at that point, and I was hooked. And I've never reacted rationally to one win or loss. And I'm trying to be rational today because I am over the moon about what I saw yesterday, because that's the team I've been telling you about from day one. That's the team I picked to get to the Super Bowl. And I think you saw it as a tour de force yesterday. Aha, there. So what did I do a year ago after a debacle of a Monday night game? Do you remember this against Tennessee? My man, Dak Prescott, and I'm the biggest Dak Prescott supporter and believer in the world. He threw a huge red zone, end zone interception. Do you remember this? He tried to lob it to a new guy named Amari Cooper, and Kevin Byard picked it off easily and ran it all the way out and celebrated on the star like Terrell Owens did.
On him. Yep.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And it should have been 14-0 with that throw, and unfortunately it was only 7-0, and here came Tennessee, and there went Dallas. And it was as humiliating a defeat as I can remember in a long, long time.
Y'all lost to Marcus Mariota?
Yeah, we did. Who doesn't have a job anymore. I told you, but I didn't tell you, but I said before his draft, don't draft him that high. He is not worthy of that pick. And he came in and picked us to pieces.
He did.
And my quarterback had a QBR that night of 22. Did Dak Prescott score scale 0 to 100? He had that big end zone interception. He got sacked 5 times. He lost a fumble. It was a nightmare of a game, and I threw his jersey over emotionally in the trash. But the following week, they went to, guess where? Philadelphia. And because of my quarterback, they won 27-20. And that night, I went and fished his jersey out of my trash. So I can't even remember when I threw Zeke's in the trash. It was a few weeks ago because he deserved it.
It was Minnesota. It was Minnesota.
Was it Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because what did they do? They got it to 2nd and 2 at the 11, and my quarterback was on fire, and they went, Zeke, throw it to Zeke, game over. And I said, I've seen enough. I cannot help myself. And you're right. It was Minnesota. I threw his jersey in the trash. Yesterday, for the first time all season too long, 14 games in, that was the guy I used to know and love. He ran angry. He ran with passion. He only waved out of the game one time yesterday, and I forgive him for that because he was so good, and I haven't seen that Zeke all year. Ran with such a purpose. He was pushing the pile. He was creating his own holes the way he used to. And he had 117 yards on 24 tries. At least that's 5 yards a carry. And he caught 3 balls for 43 more yards because he had a long of 26. That will work. Now we got the thunder to the lightning that is Tony Pollard. So over emotionally, I went and I fished his jersey out of the trash. And I just might wear it all through the next game at Philadelphia because I am back. And I have apologized to Mama Zeke, Zeke's mom. She's taken issue with me again this morning because she said, I told you don't ever wear that jersey again. I'm sorry, I'm back. No. And I'm going to wear it whether you like it or not, Mama. I'm going to wear it.
Think about it. Hold on, just a second. Yesterday was Zeke Elliott's 6th 100-yard game.
Okay.
Skip, did you know Zeke Elliott is tied for second most 100-yard games in the NFL this year? He's tied with Christian McCaffrey, Carson, and Zeke. Both have 6. Only Nick Chubb, who has 7, has more 100-yard games.
How many games in a row had he not had 100? Well, go ahead. Tell the people out there what the truth is.
When you was talking, I didn't interrupt you. I gave you, I said, let's just skip a moment. I'm going to let you have your moment. I let him have his moment. I'd like the judge to instruct Mr. Bayless not to interrupt.
All right.
Thank you.
Continue.
14 games they've played. Zeke Elliott has 6 100-yard games, which is tied for the second most with Chris Carson and Christian McCaffrey. Only Nick Chubb, who leads the league in rushing, has more at 7. But Skip Bayless had you believe that Zeke Elliott was dropped off a cliff. He's 5th in rushing, only 2 yards behind Chris Carson. So in other words, now
5th?
5th in rushing.
5th?
He's 5th in rushing.
He makes $50 million guaranteed dollars to be first.
Okay, well, hold on. Who's the highest paid quarterback? in the NFL? Is it Jared Goff? Maybe it's
Wentz?
No, maybe is it Wentz? Is it Aaron Rodgers? Jameis Winston has the most passing yards. He has 30 touchdown passes. None of those guys. So if you're going to base everything on money, those guys are overpaid.
How many interceptions?
Whoa, hold on. Lamar Jackson makes $1.5 million, $1.6 million, and he leads the league in interceptions. So we're going to base everything on money. Everybody, if you're not Lamar Jackson, you're a bum. Okay, back to my point. Now, yesterday, Zeke Elliott averaged 4.9 yards a carry. Jenny and people at home, did you know he's had 5 games this year in which he's averaged more yards per rush than what he averaged yesterday at 4.9? But Skip Bayless would have you believe Zeke Elliott has dropped off a cliff and he hadn't played very well.
Is it my turn?
Interesting numbers.
I think it's
Response?
my turn. There's one more interesting number, and that is he went 5 straight games and couldn't crack 100 for a team that tries to establish the run. At Chicago, he waved out after his longest run of the year. He went 31 yards, then they gave it to him for 4 and then 2, and it's like, feed the beast, feed him.
Yeah.
Could you...
Whatever, Skip.
Yeah.
All I'm saying, hold on, what about your guy? How many games had your guy went when he didn't win a game? Dak, was that the quarterback? So you keep talking about Zeke.
Wait, was Zeke hurt? No, he hadn't been hurt all year.
But you told me your guy.
Yeah.
My guy is the unquestioned leader. He's the MVP of the team. So you got to be able to do this without
Would you
Zeke.
believe my guy is still 3rd in the league in QBR? That is extraordinary. That is really good. Behind Lamar and Mahomes, that's pretty great.
Okay, so let me
wow, that's high company.
Now, if he lead the league in passing, because he was leading the league in passing going into the game.
Yards.
Is he still leading that?
I don't know.
No, not. Jameis Winston is way ahead now. Okay, what about touchdowns?
Way ahead after one day?
Yeah, because Jameis threw for 450.
Okay,
Yeah,
good for him.
Okay,
What's their record?
Whoa.
Are they going to make the playoffs?
Whoa, hold on. There ain't no guarantee you're going to make the playoffs. Okay, you know what they say. You know what they say. Don't burn the money now. The money's in the middle of the table. Don't touch it. If you touch it, you burn the money.
I've loved my team winning Philly all year long. I've told you that again and again.
Yeah, my only point is Zeke is not as bad as you're portraying him. So this notion, because Skip,
he is by far the highest paid back in the league.
Skip, you know money is not the basis of whether somebody is great or not.
Well, he got paid for what he has done, not what he is doing.
Skip,
and now he did it yesterday, and I told you, that's the guy.
Skip, if he ends, I believe he'll end the season probably. I don't know. He's 100 yards behind Christian McCaffrey, who's in 3rd place. So I don't know if he'll catch him. I think Chubb and Derrick Henry is too far.
Well, I hope he catches him, because that would mean good things for my football team.
So you believe he can go get 400 yards over the next 2 games rushing?
He ran as psycho as I watched yesterday. he equaled my psychoness on the field. He was angry because he got sick and tired of hearing how bad he was.
No,
good.
He wasn't bad. No, he wasn't bad. All you got to do, hey, he's like, I'm not bad. I'm 5th in rushing.
I'm going to be wearing that 21.
I'm 5th in rushing.
I need to see while you're watching these games.
There are not very many times that you'll find a guy that's 5th in rushing when his quarterback up until yesterday was leading the league in passing.